And Jen, what about you? A little bit about yourself, Jewish upbringing, your career, how it's all intertwined.
Hi, you guys. Well, first let me say thank you so much for having me, having us. It does not escape me that I am on a show called The Real Housewives of New Jersey, sitting next to a living legend. So I don't want anybody to think that I think that this makes sense, but I am so grateful for it, so grateful to Michael, who has, like all of you, has just inspired me beyond. What can I tell you? So I am the daughter of 2 Jews from Brooklyn, and when I was about 9, I had a few stepfathers, but the first moved us to a place called Sugar Land, Texas. He had a business that moved us there. So that was an interesting transition. There weren't a lot of Jews in Sugar Land, Texas at the time, as you can imagine. And, we experienced a good amount of not being invited to birthday parties. The streets of Sugar Land on Sundays were empty. There was not anyone, everyone was in church but us. And so I always felt a little out of place until my mom sent us to a place called the Green Family Camp for Living Judaism in Bruceville, Texas. I don't know if any of you guys know it, but sleepaway camp, the best part of growing up for me, took place every summer for 7.5 weeks at the Green Family Camp. And I think that's really where I felt, I certainly felt like I fit in, and most of my Jewish education came from GFC, which is what we called it. When I was 19 years old, I, along with a friend and a rabbi who I knew from camp, we led a group of 15-year-olds through Israel. I had never been to Israel, but I was privileged to be asked to be sort of a counselor on this trip. And it was, to this day, one of the most unforgettable experiences I've ever had. So during the summer, we spent 2 weeks at a place called Kibbutz Nir Oz. And freaks me out to this day because I have such vivid memories of this kibbutz and of the people there and of how it felt and the smells and the most wonderful 2 weeks surrounded by all of this love. So for so many reasons, countless reasons, we have all been just devastated by the events of October 7th. And knowing that Hamas hit Kibbutz Nir Oz, for me, was just so devastating and unreal. It seemed like a picture, could this really be happening? And could it be happening at this place that I had found so much joy for 2 weeks when I was 19 years old? Now that it's funny because I live in an area of Jersey, in northern Jersey, and Jews are a minority in my town, but I grew up in Sugar Land, Texas, so they don't feel like such a minority to me in northern Jersey. As a matter of fact, I just love the fact that my kids have had plenty of Jewish friends. They've been bar and bat mitzvah, we belong to temple, and their Jewish identity really came from home. Mine came from sleepaway camp. That's a little bit about me, except that now I'm on this silly, ridiculous show that some of you watch. By the way, I'm a viewer of everything Housewives. Everybody knows that so is Michael, which no one can kind of figure out, but yes, Michael's a super fan. But I'm on this very silly show, but it has brought me some really cool opportunities, one of which is being here with you all tonight, and I thank you.